Let's see. Y'all coming on in. Ooh. Hey, there's one in here. I see you, whoever you are. Who is that? One person. It's taking y'all a minute, and it might just be us, whoever that is. Hey, y'all. Come on in, folks. We'll try to do this with Blue out. We'll see how this goes. Can you guys hear me okay? Howdy. All right, a few trinkling in here. Hey, randomly, CJ. How y'all doing? It's Sunday. This time change had me so thrown off. I was like, God, it's getting late. Hey, more dance. Okay, so you guys can hear me good. Somebody came in and then left. It was like, oh, we don't want to do this. Okay. How y'all feeling? Hey, Miss Gigi. Mrs. Gigi. Okay, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. I think we might have a light bunch today because I didn't really do any reminders. I looked up and, you didn't, I just finished the second half, just started it yesterday and finished it this morning because um, I just hadn't read it. And I wanted to make sure I could remember what happened. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Denise. Oh, my nails. Stop it, Blue. I done broke that. I'm not giving you the finger, but I done broke this nail. Look at how nice and long my nails had gotten. Oh, I'm a little ashy. And now I done broke this one too. Yep, didn't get power until yesterday. And then I was scared to read the book at night. Mister was out of town. So I was like so afraid. Hey, Nita. Hey, Chanel. April. Okay, we slowly coming on in. Yeah, it's been a trying last few days, you guys, with this power and the storm that I actually slept through the storm, was knocked out. I woke up about 4 in the morning and I could hear it raining really hard, but I had no idea it was wrecking the havoc that it was. It just knocked down a whole bunch of really big trees in my neighborhood and just completely wiped out the power. It took them 2 days to get over here to the tree that it had knocked down. They had the streets blocked off and everything. The poor mail lady was coming delivering the mail at 8:30 at night because she couldn't get through some of the streets. I felt so sorry for that. Our mail lady be having the blues. I'm gonna get her a gift card for Christmas because that woman be working her ass off. She just actually just dropped off the mail from yesterday. We didn't get no mail yesterday, and the lady just brought the mail today. I said, I know she is over it. I'm sure she's gonna be glad when this election is over, because it has just thrown everything off. Hey everybody, y'all come on in. Come on in. Trying to decide what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I really want a steak. I think I'm gonna go pick up some steaks from Longhorn. What y'all having for dinner? Anything exciting? Blue. Oh, Lynn spaghetti. That sounds good. Hey, Tessa. Ooh, chili. I wanted some chili the other day. Somebody had told me they had chili and neck bones that they had made. And that's I was like, that sounds really good. Hey Jasmine. Hey Nitra's neighborhood and Jess. You order prime rib? Yeah, I've been having a taste for either prime. I mean, any kind of steak really. I really don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, but I just have the taste for it. Thank you, Lynn. It is chilly weather because it's cold out. This is the perfect time. I was looking at a recipe for a beef stew. My dad made the best beef stew. And I was like, maybe I'll make some beef stew, but I'd have to make a really small pot because me and Mister don't really eat beef. So it'll really just be me. The kids not here. I'm sure Blue would eat it. Hey there, who was that just came on in? Hey, is that Mona? Mona C, Shanitria. Hey, hey, Latifa. We got a new Roxy Reads book club member in here today. That's Miss Tifa. Come on, let go of this. Hey, Sue. Sue Watson. Okay. So even though Latifa, you ain't read the book, at least you'll get an idea how these meetings go. Hey, Keisha. Okay. Watch out, Blue. I can't believe. See, that's the only thing about having Blue out of his cage or me being in here is he's gonna bark when he hears the other dog barking down the way. I if I had the TV on, then he wouldn't be able to hear him. But then I don't know if I could have the TV on while I'm doing this video. I might get a copyright or something. So we'll just hope that Blue will chill. Give me this. Give me. Um, can you believe it's November already? And they're already, full Christmas commercials and everything. I said, we just skip over Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And it's about to just be ruined by the Rona. Child, the Rona just messed everything up. And we supposed to be going to Utah for Christmas, and now I'm not sure if it's a good idea. You about to put your tree up. Now, can you at least wait till the day after Thanksgiving? You can't wait till Black Friday? You putting your tree up too, Jess? Well, maybe I need to put my tree up too. Shit. So you guys obviously you have a where are you, Jess? Are you in somewhere where it's like already wintry feeling? Because it ain't quite wintry feeling here. You see, I got a tank top on, so Jasmine, it's just too early for a Christmas tree. But some people like to call it their winter tree. I had a friend of mine, her mother used to keep her tree up until like Valentine's Day or something crazy like that. You go over there. Okay. Can y'all see me now? Let me. I knew he was gonna call right when I got started. Forgot to tell him what time I had my. Hold on. I'm trying to do a text message on my Apple Watch. It says, "Oh, okay." I think it says I'm in a book club meeting. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Mister would appreciate me putting the Christmas tree up this early, but maybe I might put it up maybe a week before Thanksgiving since we're supposed to be going out of town. Um, but you guys seen them Rona cases in Utah? I was like, "Ooh, maybe it's not a good idea." Hallmark started them Christmas movies early this year. I know they don't normally start in the middle of October. I was like, they usually at least start till November 1st. That should have been on for 2 weeks already. Yeah, I've always put my tree up the day after Thanksgiving. We usually try to do it that day. Lynn, you don't like the happy white folks on the Hallmark movies? They starting to bring your cousins in every now and then. Last night they had one with the little old black man who brushed his hair back. It's natural, but he was trying to have a whole slick back look. But it was like natural and just real thick. I was just like, Paw, now you know. It was horrible. Um, okay. Yeah, that's an old one. I've seen that one. Every time it comes on, I get mad though. But I really do like to watch the Hallmark movies because they just so happy that you can't, sometimes I'll just leave it on Hallmark all day. It'll either be Hallmark or HGTV just so I can, disconnect from all of the rest of the bullshit that's going on in the world. It's election next week, you guys. Y'all ready for the election? I saw the commercial saying how it's showing. Yeah, it's the same storyline. Like you can say it's a prince who ain't got no woman. It's a girl going back home to visit her family to find out that they getting rid of the ranch, and she has some high powered job in New York now. She's gonna move back home and take care of the ranch, or it's some you know, it's always the same few little storylines, but I still love them anyway. But yeah, that election next week, y'all, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. My friend was telling me in Beverly Hills they had boarded up all the stores and um, they expecting just a whole bunch of craziness next week. I was like, I'm gonna stay right in my house. I got my gun. Somebody wanna come over here. I'm not gonna go look for no trouble, but don't come over this way. um, Yeah, it's gonna be a wild week next week, you guys. So everybody out there be safe, child. Anyway, I think we done got who we gonna get to come on in. So did you guys finish the book for the most part? I sure hope that we get the results we want to. I surely hope. Okay, so everybody finished it. Okay, good. I had one person said that they didn't get to finish it. The book was the second half. The book was good. The ending though, the second half of the book was just out of control. I knew we was gonna finally get to our love scene. I was just like, come on with it so we can get past this. But all right, so let's yeah, it was slow and then all of a sudden it was like, let's take it on off. And it seems like every time I pick the halfway point, from the halfway point on is usually when it gets good. And people be like, it's kind of slow. It did kind of start a little slow for me. Yeah, it was a slow little boil. But I thought that she did a good job. Okay. So, where we had left off the last time was I don't even remember what had happened. Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me get back to chapter 12 cuz we stopped at chapter 12, right? Move blue. Um Okay, so as they were going on, so as she and Theo had started going and talking to the different neighbors, and so one of you guys said that this book is based on true history, even though the story, of course, is not the same, but the areas in Brooklyn that they were talking about was actual areas that I guess had been gentrified. Hey, Joycey. Um, So that kind of made the story a little bit more interesting for me because I felt like we was kind of like peeking in a little bit on history. Oh yeah, Nina, you were the one that taught us that, didn't you? Okay, so anyway, so while they went around and talked to all the different neighbors in the area. Oh shoot, Leonica, you already ready to rate it? Girl, you was like for real with it, huh? When they went to go talk to to the to the rest of the neighbors when they got to the old folks. Did you? I like the old people because I could tell that it was going to be something with them. Um, and as we went on into the book, we realized that they was actually the ones that came on in and saved the day. But when they was first talking, hold on, you guys, I can't. I had a note for it and everything, and I don't know what I did with it. Um, had the man been had they lost the old man by the time that we stopped at the last point? What was his name? The one that was throwing the block party. He was gone, Mr. Perkins. We had Mr. Perkins was missing by then, right? You know what's real frustrating about the I might have to put blue up. I'm sorry, you guys. Um, you know what was frustrating about Mr. Perkins is that I felt like why didn't anybody pick up on the fact that the man was just gone? Now he was like a pillar of the community and a staple as far as this party was concerned. And when he just disappeared, nobody tried to figure out where he was going. I think that we said in the last meeting that we thought that maybe they was drugging Sydney. But it didn't turn out that they was drugging her. It was just that Sydney was so fucking stressed out that I think that she was just drinking a lot and not really thinking clearly. But I was frustrated that they didn't know where Mr. Perkins was. Um, and that's kind of was Yeah, even the dog was gone. And then what was frustrating about everybody disappearing is that there was never, maybe because it was happening in such a quick time. Because how long was this book? Like, this was just a matter of a week or two. They were snatching them up left and right. I started thinking, okay, so that was within a week. Hold on, you guys. We'll have to move. Maybe doing it out here wasn't the best idea. I had to close the door because if he don't see people outside, then he won't go bark at them. The neighbor said the daughter took him to Georgia. Yeah, but that was who was the neighbor though? That was the white college kid that had moved upstairs. I'd already had my good eye on homegirl. She was I wouldn't have believed her, especially with everything going on. But maybe that's because I already knew what was gonna happen. I mean, I knew that we needed to be suspicious of everybody anyway. No, Blue ain't got the boot. He's still right here with his face right here on my lap. Miss Candace said that he texted her as well. Oh, okay. So they obviously had his phone and they was trying to throw everybody off the track. Okay. So yes, that's true. That's true. I did like the old people though, because it reminded me of just like any regular black neighborhood where you always had the old people. Like in my parents' neighborhood, everybody pretty much on my parents' block has been living there since the 60s. So, potentially if we was gonna be having something like this go on, my dad would have been a part of that group because all of the old grandparents on the block, they been the ones that's been there that done lived through all of the stuff that's happened in the neighborhood. And actually, when you think about it, the way that those neighborhoods transformed on the show, I mean, in the book, was basically the same how we've seen, like if you've been in a neighborhood or grew up in a neighborhood that's, went through changes. Because even in my parents' neighborhood now, I mean, them, I hate to say them white folks, but like white folks are moving into the neighborhood. You seeing them walking their dog down the street, and you wouldn't even be walking your dog down the street at no damn 9 o'clock jogging. Say, girl, do you know where you are on Crenshaw and 48? You better take your ass inside somewhere. Oh, walking into the little Belizean restaurant, child, and just, hey, everybody. Like, girl, get in the car and take your food and go sit down somewhere. Saying hi to these people hanging out in the parking lot. But move. Hey, Quinn, that's okay. But yeah, so they obviously, I thought that the author did a good job by adding them in because it was realistic to have them in there, because I feel like every neighborhood has a group, maybe not as close knit, but definitely some old people that have been there all throughout the time and can kind of tell you what what changes the neighborhood went through. And it was good to know that, because last time that we talked, we were trying to figure out if we thought that Theo was going to be a bad guy. And actually, the author kept us guessing, although I never thought that Theo was going to be bad because we were getting Theo's perspective. So, unless, he was saying what he was doing and thinking the whole time, so there was really no reason for us to believe that he was doing anything different, So, I liked Theo, but last time that we met, you guys had me feeling like I needed to side eye Theo too. Theo wasn't he wasn't a good person. I mean, he was, he was cool. Theo had a little bit of a background, but we could trust Theo is what I'm saying. We knew the perspective of the family. Yeah, we did, but we didn't know that he was kind of crazy in the family upstairs. Yeah, we're not gonna judge the man for his past. He had a little checkered past, but that checkered past helped him because he was a little bit ruthless in the way that he was thinking. But like I said, we knew that. Was you guys happy that Theo and Sydney hooked up? Could you feel it coming? Yeah, we like a little flawed. We can take a little flawed. He wasn't. Yes, it was very predictable. You could tell, but they gave them some sexual chemistry and tension from the very beginning. Even when her friend pointed out that she had on her tight tank top with her boobs out and little teeny tiny shorts with her ass out. Did you guys think it was realistic that them two would have actually hooked up? If I mean, you guys didn't get a typical kind of vibe from it, or did you feel like okay, it was realistic? I mean, would you have automatically even trusted him knowing that he was the boyfriend of the woman that, had been gave you issue in the bodega? Like, I don't know if I wouldn't have gave him the time of day. Yeah, he was looking during the tour, but I don't know. Like, I automatically would have associated him with the girlfriend, Kim. So I don't know if I would have if he came to the meeting and said that he was offering his, he wanted to help research and all that, I would have been like, gone somewhere. Yeah, the girlfriend was horrible, but they wrote her to make sure that we didn't like her in any kind of which way. Okay. I said, this author must be a romance. I bet you she got some romance writing in her background because that whole little sex scene with her and Theo. Okay, let me back up. Before we got to the sex scene, they made them flawed enough for it to happen. Okay. Okay. Oh, she does typically write romance. I knew she had to because, honey, she got really into that whole little sex scene, and it made me feel like it was written the way like a romance author writes. Very descriptive and a whole bunch of feeling. Okay, so she is a romance writer. Oh, okay. I had no idea on that one, y'all. Yeah, but don't jump to the end yet. We ain't got to the end yet. So let's get to the. We got to get to the. Let's get through the sex scene. Wait, first of all, she told him about the mom. Okay, remember I told you guys that I didn't think the mama was still around. Okay, she told him about the mama before they had sex, right? I can't remember the order of things that happened. Child, the mama. I know I thought the mama was gone, but child, I didn't know that this is what happened to the mama. Okay. Where is the mama? Because even throughout the end of the book, we ain't never knew what happened to the mama. You knew Sydney was off? Can you imagine it? Imagine trying to bury your own mother? Like, I went to a Muslim funeral for the first time, and I was amazed. Have you guys ever been to a Muslim funeral? And when they actually wrap the body, they just wrap the body in some sort of like, I don't know what it is, some sort of cloth. But they wrap the body, wrap the body, wrap the body, and then they actually put the body in the ground. They don't put it in the casket. There's men that's actually carrying the body into the ground. Have you guys ever been to a Muslim funeral? I have never seen nothing like it in my life. I was just standing there like, are we really, the men are down in the grave, the 7 feet down, and they holding the body and bringing it down. And child, I was just like, that is something else. It was amazing. Anyway, can you imagine trying to to bury your mother like that? 2 women. You know what? One of the problems I had, though, I wish that she would have written more for the friend Drea. Like, I feel like we didn't really know Drea. I don't look at people when they die. Yeah, you guys, that funeral was just, it was wild. It wasn't wild. It was just like I just had never seen anything like that. Did Drea really do it though? See, I don't know if I still feel like Drea did they make it look like Drea did something, or did she actually do something? We don't really know what exactly Drea did. Yeah, it's not real clear what she did. And then when she um well, I don't want to jump ahead, but when she went up into Drea's room and she found the check or the stub, or saw that she had done, had some dealings with the company, it was never real clear what she did. So I was just like, I'm not clear. So the jury is still out on the mama and Drea. You think, but Jess, what do you think that she did for the money? What is it that she did? And then what was the whole thing with the bed bugs? Was that to drive people out, to run people out? Was she imagining the bed bugs? Like, what was all that? Oh, she talked the mama into selling. Is that what they said? I thought that was the white lawyer lady. Oh, okay, maybe Drea was a part of that. So you don't think the bed bugs was real? Because I was just like, what is happening with these bed bugs, and why is she the only one that's seeing them so much? She was trying to apologize. I know she was trying to apologize, but I thought maybe she could have just been apologizing because she hadn't talked to her in a couple of days. And Yeah, I feel like the bed bugs was like just making the story a little bit more creepy, especially when she looked at the comforter and she said that she thought it was blood at first and then it started moving. Like I was reading that it was like starting to get dark like right now. I was like, "Oh, let me close the book right now. Let me pick this back up in the morning when the sun is out bright." But child, the bed bug surely did give me the heebie-jeebies. I was just like, ugh, like I can't even imagine. I remember seeing a news story and they were saying that you shouldn't put your luggage when you go to a hotel and you put it on the floor and then you put it on your bed to pack it. They said that you shouldn't put it. I am so scary, Jenny. I am so scary. But you shouldn't put your luggage on the bed. You know how they have that other little thing that you can put your luggage on, usually in your hotel room? That's where you should put your bed. I mean, you should put your luggage because sometimes people bring bugs home from the hotel just by carrying their bag back and forth and doing all of that. Yeah, the luggage rack. So I be real, like every time we go to a hotel or something, I be like, don't put that on the bed. You know, Miss Beaton threw the thing on the floor and put it on the bed and get that off of the bed. Yeah, it do kind of make you want to stay home if you got to be dealing with stuff like that. So gross. But that definitely heightened the creepy element. Okay. That was just like, okay. So by the time she had been told the man that she had been buried the mama, and then the man went to go look. Hey, Kimish, when the man went to go look for the body, I was just like, these people ain't normal. Did you guys think it was realistic for Theo to stick it out as long as he did? I mean, was he in love? I was like, now you went to go get the body and pull it out. I mean, I guess Theo been with the Russian mob, so you know the mafia. So this is light work for him, but I mean, I guess he was whipped. That must have been some session. You willing to go pull up a dead body that's been sitting up under there for some time now, you know, decomposition and all that. Like, ooh, that was gonna be a mess. Stop, Blue. Yeah, I think that would have been, yeah, I don't know if I could feel like he was going to be the one to go. Like, even if she told him and he was okay with it, I don't know if him going to go try to get the body out was really going to be it. Yeah, yeah, the digging the body. But I guess we had to finally try to bring together the fact that they were so connected at this point that he was kind of willing to go there. Yeah, that's why I said he didn't feel like it was a big deal. He was part of the mafia, so you know he didn't been he didn't did these kind of things before. But when they went across the street to his place, did you guys did you guys think that he was the one that was texting Kim on when she read the iPad? Did you guys think that that was actually Theo, or did you already know that it was a? Yeah, okay. So that's the part of the story that was kind of like predictable. Like you knew that. Who said they thought that that was Theo? Leonica? How did you? Is that Leon? How did you say? How did you think that that was Theo? You kept wondering why who was over where? Why she was over at his house? You was wondering why Sydney was over at Theo's house? She made it clear that she had moved on. Yeah, so honey cheeks and all of that. I was like, that Theo don't even look like somebody that would say something like that. Right. He tried to dig up bodies. What the fuck he doing up here texting lovey-dovey messages with Kim? Why take her to the house when they had a doorbell camera that Kim had access to? Yeah, that was the only part that I was just like, all this was going on. It was clear that they were being watched, But I guess maybe they just didn't care. I don't know. Maybe they wasn't thinking clearly. I don't know. Everybody's stress level was so high, um, that no matter where they went, they was being watched. Definitely being watched. So yeah, the new neighbors watched them walk right on in. But maybe that was why they moved blue. Maybe that's why they went to well, I'm thinking like, well, maybe that was why they went to the house. I'm sorry, you guys. Um, maybe that's why blue. Um, maybe that was why they went to the house to maybe try to. I don't know. I don't know why they actually went to the house to do that. Well, maybe he was just trying to get her off the street because she was gonna get into some sort of confrontation with the neighbors outside. Oh, Joycey. Well, a lot of the comments that they said was annoying, but you have to know that some of them probably talk like that. You know how it is when you are with your own group, or sometimes you might say some things that you might not say in front of the other, the other culture or the other race. So it was just sort of like peeking into what they might say about black people, or Theo and him hooking up with Sydney. Like, you're not really taking her serious. This was just something fun. He said that he go to the islands every now and then to get it out of his system too. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it is. It is. It is hard to see. Yeah, those are the things that kept it realistic, reminded you of, and just kept the tension going because you were so annoyed with everybody. So when she saw the iPad, and she takes off running and goes back across the street, okay, back to her place. And when Theo was trying to tell her that it's somebody coming in the house and all of that was making me wonder why they didn't realize that the people was coming for them, because they was watching. And then on the thing they said didn't the text message say that they were about to wrap this up tonight? So it was just sort of like, you had to know that he was coming. So I guess Sydney had made up her mind that she was just about to go and just blast the flat jammy on everybody. She went over there to get her mama's old revolver. I was like, girl, you better hope that thing still shoot. Although revolvers don't jam, I don't think. It's these newer pistols now. Yeah, Anita, I thought the same thing. I was just like, girl, what you about to do? You need to come up with a plan. That was the other thing. They just never had a plan. Never. They was just going full steam ahead. Yeah, Leonica, that would have been good to know too. The ex had her committed, or did she had like a nervous breakdown, or was it her word against his? She was about to shoot how many people? A revolver got how many bullets? 6? Girl, what you fix to do? Okay, so the ex had her committed. Yeah, I think it still might be some more with Sydney that we ain't really got the 411 on, now that I think about it. Yeah, Sydney ain't all the way there. You did, Black. You did, Miss Empress. You did say that the child was off. Oh, I don't know if the ex was white. She never said. I assumed that he was black, but he very well could have been white. Never, they never mentioned what his race was. You didn't 100% like Sydney. Why, Shanitra? Because she was a little not pompous, but sort of like, I mean, you got to give her a break, though. Sydney is going through a whole lot now. Her mama is dead under the sunflowers. She wasn't set up to be likable. I think she was just, I don't know if I loved her, but I didn't really dislike her. I just was just like, okay, but I actually really liked Theo. And I told you guys that last time. I think the ex might have been white because when they were meeting and Sydney and Theo were looking at each other, the best friend said, "You never learn." Oh, Nitra, girl, that is a good observation. But I thought she was just saying you never learn, like whenever a man is around, you try to jump on it. But now that I think about it, you might be right. You didn't like the neediness that she had on Drea. Well, I think she just looked at her like as a sister, you know, and she felt all alone, especially once we found out that her and Drea buried the mother. I guess but she kind of had a right to be needy at this point. Y'all don't think so? Yeah, she was going through a lot. Like, she by herself, so she can only really trust Drea, especially because they did something together that was really just like they both lives could have been over, so they had to really trust each other. So a lot may have had to do with the mom's death and the stress of the house and not being able to, yeah. So I think that, yeah, the reason why I think that probably if everything was going fine and she just met Theo at a bar and they hooked up, and I think we would have probably liked Miss Sydney. I think we would have liked Sydney otherwise. Sydney got it hard, but I also kind of feel like if I was Sydney, I almost was like, girl, just sell the place and get you a little, go on, move somewhere. But see, I guess that's what they want you to do. But all that you was doing, I mean, once you done buried the mama, now it's time to really start, thinking about some other options. Okay, now we doing things that ain't even legal no more, trying to stay in this place. Like something got to give here. So yeah, I don't know. She made some questionable decisions. But anyway, getting back to the story. So she gets her gun. Yeah, she's a fighter. Definitely didn't want to give up on nothing. But it was just like, girl, you need some perspective, honey. You ain't it ain't going well for you. Oh, when she lost the garden. And then it made way more sense that she was just so terrified because she was like, the body is there. So yeah, Miss Keisha, but originally, well, yeah, at that point, you're right. At that point, it wasn't, yeah. But she's still just trying to stay in this place. So I don't know. But anyway, when we find out, so when Theo calls her and tells her that the man is in the house, and this the same Con Ed man that was in the house or trying to get in the house before that nobody gave no kind of concern for, I was frustrated, but I was just like, okay, here he go again. When she snuck down the little back secret passageway and found Drea down there, see, that was really when I was like, okay, let me stop reading. It's 7:30. Y'all, I was just like, oh, nope, nope, nope. That is it. I cannot continue on with this. I finished that chapter, and honey, I just politely, well, I was reading it on my iPad, but I was just like, nah, let me wait till the daylight again. Because child, I was just like, ooh, Po Drea's down there with her 1% of battery down there. Like I said, I don't feel like I know exactly what Drea did other than talk her mom into selling. Like, it seemed, what was the 50,000? Oh, well, I guess the $50,000 was talking the mama into doing it. Okay, so I guess that's what it was. Oh, honey, Nita, I said that was it for me. I am so scary. So scary. um, but then from that point on is just really when it started to turn to kind of like a Get Out feel. But it was giving us well, Lynn, that's because you probably aren't scary like I am. Shit. I am scary, like scary, scary. Like I don't like scary movies. I don't like horror. I don't like, even some thrills. Anything that's spooky is really just kind of throws me over. Yeah. Then afterwards, you got to watch a cartoon and you got to watch a whole bunch of real happy things. Just try to get your mind off of it. Um, but after that happened, that's when everything turned real Get Outish because then Theo comes over. Even zombies definitely can't do zombies. Yeah, like Hallmark. That's why it'd be on Hallmark all day. um, um, after they left the house, I don't need it in my dreams either. After they left the house, after they shot the Con Ed man, that's when shit just really took off. Because when they came outside and then the people turned off the lights in the I want to say subdivision in the area, then from then on it just took off. What movie was that? Let me tell you, the scariest movie I saw was besides The Exorcist. My brother made me watch The Exorcist, and I just was like so terrified. But that and Amityville Horror and the original Nightmare on Elm Street. After that, I was like, yeah. After that, I was just like, yeah, this ain't for me. Them three movies, really, honestly, are the scariest movies. If you trying to watch, and even the original Halloween, Blue, man, that first Nightmare in Elm Street at the end when she rolls up the window, Blue, stop it. When she rolls up the window and oh, y'all, that they don't make scary stuff like that now. Now I can do gore, but I can't do like spooky, scary, weird. Any of that kind of stuff bothers me. Yeah, but and Exorcist and all of that too. But um, I don't like gore, but I can do gore. Like it doesn't scare me; it just grosses me out. No, I ain't watching nothing else, Felicia. So you ain't got to worry, honey. That's it. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the story. So when Miss Candace was out there and she says, Sydney, are you okay? Why do you have blood all over you? And then when the power goes out, okay, that's when everything takes off because then the police come storming the neighborhood. And you know what? Did anybody else have a thought like, don't nobody in this neighborhood know somebody outside of the area like that could actually help y'all? Like, don't nobody have a friend of a friend that works for a news station that I was just like, how is everybody so isolated in this area? And just these people just came in and took over. Yes, the article like they were on an island or something, like 2 blocks over. Y'all, you what's happening? Where this place can come in and just completely obliterate a neighborhood, and that's just it. The police is over there beating everybody up and doing all of this just in this one like isolated area, and there's nobody. I mean, they got everybody on their side. I mean, but I guess that's where the fictional story comes in. Yeah, I mean, the people had wielded the power, but I'm like thinking like today, like I don't know if that's like all consuming power. Like you can't imagine that everybody was going to be on board. I guess it would have sounded like conspiracy stuff. You know what I really wished while I was reading it. I was just like, why didn't nobody record anything live on their cell phone? Who just said that? Their cell phones were out. Oh, okay, their cell phones was out. Because I was just like, if we could have, because today, in today's society, all you got to do is pull out your live and everybody is watching it. And that shit goes viral. So, I mean, they was controlling the cell phone towers too in these people's cells, and they couldn't. I was just like, certain things was like, I know they cut the power at the end. Well, you could still, I don't know. I just wish that they would have recorded something. Like, even if you didn't go live, I just wish that somebody, I was like, you ain't got a GoPro. But you a GoPro on your head, on your forehead when you was going down into the hospital and going down into the ground. But okay. Now the police come storming in. Miss Candace gets whisked to her place, and Candace tries to tell Sydney and Theo to go inside. Why didn't Miss Candace, tell her what was going on then? What exactly was Mrs. Candace holding on to that she didn't tell her at that point? Child, they probably still had VCR back then. Yeah, you're right. But I didn't understand why Miss Candace didn't tell her. Well, she kept on saying, girl, get up in this house. I was just like, well, what? She couldn't have gave her no little clue like, girl, there's some shit going down at the place down there. Y'all better be careful. I mean, nothing. So, okay. So, when they leave Miss Candace, and that's when they go to the Vern Tech. Yeah, Vern Tech or whatever it's called. Yeah, I knew Sydney wasn't going to listen, but if you would have just said something, maybe it just gave her a little bit of a clue, you know. But maybe I guess it was going to take the old people a little minute to mobilize, you know. Maybe it's going to take the old people a minute to mobilize. So, yeah, and Theo would have definitely listened. He was a little bit more lucid and in his right mind than Sydney was. But child, when they got down there into that place and all of the people was locked up in there, then I was scared, but I was actually reading that part this morning. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it would have clicked. I think that she should have just told her. But I guess they needed to get down in there and see what was going on with no plan. Very frustrated that nobody had a plan at all. Just full forward, right? Go down there, see all of the old neighbors, everybody all drugged up and all of this. Okay, start to let them loose, all of that. Okay, go into the next room and get confronted by the lawyer and the Bill who was trying to buy the place or getting her to sell the place. How coincidental was that? That those would be the two people that these two bump into to kill in the while they wheeling the gurney down there to the room. I was just like, okay, that was convenient. But I'll be okay. I guess I'm not going I'm not going to split hairs about it. We had to get the lawyer back, and we had to get rid of Bill because he was annoying. Okay. And then I guess we needed somebody to explain to them exactly what was going on. April, I think that they were wheeling the gurney because they were taking it down there to one of them rooms for the surgeons. Because remember when they go back down there and the surgeon has I think they were taking those gurneys down there for whoever, some of those people that was locked up in one of the rooms. They was probably gonna take them to the surgeons. But we was able to find out exactly what exactly was happening inside. I said, y'all done went through all of this just so you can try to get a cure for meth heads?
That seems like an awful lot of trouble. I mean, you actually drug up the whole, I mean, kidnap these people. These people don't have family, like not just Sydney in the neighborhood, but they don't have family that live in Alabama, New York, I mean, California, Arizona, people that would be checking up on them like, where is my aunt? They would just, these people just disappearing and ain't nobody caring. Yeah, and them people weren't even on drugs. Like you taking people, I mean, I guess because they wanted their property. But I was just like, this seems like an awfully evolved, I mean, convoluted, and like the plan, I don't know. Like, and then they picked the way that they did it. I mean, obviously, when they finally made it up to the yeah, pharmaceutical money is big. Yeah, you're right. My friend, when she graduated from college, it was her first job, and they gave her a good big salary. And that wasn't even her major. She didn't even, but she, pharmaceutical sales, honey, they was picking them people up. Get the homes and have test subjects. Right. But the thing is, these test subjects, nobody's family, nobody was trying to look into where these people were. Like, you got these old people, ain't nobody looking out for the granny and the grandpa. And then the white people, child, they move in 2 days later. And how about keep the same pets? I said, ain't this about a bitch? Now you, not only do you take over my place, but you also keep my pet. Because you know what I know they did that because they was like, white folks just love animals more than they love black people. So now you just trying to keep the cat and the dog, and didn't think that nobody was gonna realize that that's not their dog. Craziness. What happened to Mr. Perkins? Did he? No, no. Did Mr. Perkins end up dying? Did Mr. Perkins end up dying? Because when we saw him and they took him off, where did they take him to? I mean, all of the white people was evil, wasn't they? They was laughing and stuff. Shut up, Blue. They found him dazed, but remember when they was dragging him off? Blue, I'm gonna put you in your cage. I'm gonna put you in your cage. Shut up. Be quiet. Maybe this wasn't a good idea having it out here, you guys. Did they put him back in the room? They killed everybody before anybody could put him back, right? Oh, they put him back in the room by the time they came back down there. Is that what you're saying? We never heard nothing else about Mr. Perkins. Okay, so I guess we just to assume, okay, Life Junkie, maybe. Maybe we just to assume that he was part of the group that they let out. When they went upstairs and walked in on the meeting, yeah, I don't, it wasn't clear what happened with Mr. Perkins. When they went upstairs and ran into the meeting that Kim and the father was having, this was another thing that kind of got on my nerves, you guys, but I know that it was just the book. So, of course, they had it set up for us to really hate Kim, really not like the father. It was annoying that there was there was a black guy in there and there was an Asian guy in there. It was just sort of like, that'll let you know that, just for money, or maybe the first to jump on a cure or something like that, that people, would sell out. But anyway, when they went back downstairs after they had killed killed Kim and killed Daddy, then when they go back downstairs, them people downstairs already was like, oh, I'm so glad that she was gone, and I'm so glad that he was gone. She was a bitch. And I was just like, How long is all this happening? Nobody is shocked about anything. Everybody is just moving on with their life. Like, this is weird. This is weird. It was just weird to me that everybody was moving on so quickly. Like they was gonna still have their surgery. They didn't got Sydney and Theo, and they was just about to go on and conduct some more research, I guess, on these two new subjects that they got. And I was just like, they just got them, and the people just everybody just died upstairs, and you guys already ready to move on. Like I was just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And Jasmine, they were psychopaths, but everybody was a psychopath. I don't know how everybody could run, like everybody could be a psychopath and run a business, and it's somewhere it would fall apart. You hated what part, Dee Dee? I feel like the way that they wrote this story was that every single white person except for Theo was bad. Like everybody. And I just feel like there would have seemed like there would have been some that eventually would be like, okay, this is we doing way too much now. And that little story would break eventually because somebody, I mean, nobody has no kind of morals or I mean, I guess that's what they look for. That's, right, the US government. You're probably right about that. Yeah, you're probably right about that. But um the part the part when the two young scientists, yes, I that got on my nerves. I did not, as a matter of fact, you guys, I did not like the ending. So I'll just tell you that right now. From the point on when they was in the room with the two young kids, scientists, and when the man comes in and saves the day, I was just like, now, you mean to tell me that we got the old, the damn old Avengers that come in here with a baseball bat and save the day? Like, this is, now that was so not realistic. Like, it wasn't clear. How did they get in there? How did they know? This place has got floors and floors and floors. Or how did they even know where to go to get to people? How did these old people, and if they did know, why did they wait to say something? That ending, I was just like, now, I done read through this whole book and enjoyed it and everything. And I was just like, I am not feeling this, you guys. And this is going to be the reason why I can't give this a super high number when we rate it. Because I was just like, not the old man with the bat, y'all. You got crazy people, white folks with medication and all of this, and you just come in there and knock them out with a baseball. No, 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 no. And then we just line everybody up and we just pull them out. And then what happens to all of these people that's zombified that they release? They got to go to a hospital, like a real hospital, right? Nobody says what happened to these people. So I was just like, no, you're not just going to let this happen at the end and then we don't know, what happens. All they basically said was that it was happening all over the country, in various degrees of severity. Like some people was just going in and just stealing the shit like they did this city, and then other places it was way more subtle and they were moving in, slowly and, more like what we see today. But I didn't like the way that ended. I'm going to assume that they may have got their house back, maybe didn't. Like, it wasn't clear. They didn't tell us not one thing. All we know is that the company was doing it all over the country, and that was it. So it didn't feel like anything was resolved. Look, it's getting dark and I'm getting scared. Let me turn the light on. Oh, and then what happened with the family whose kid? Oh no, the kid was Was the kid down there in there too? Yeah, the kid was down there. Was he one of the little zombies? No, he wasn't down there. So many unanswered questions. Yeah. So I didn't really like the way it ended. And I kind of had a feeling it was going to be like that because I was reading and I was like, shit, I only got 3 chapters left. They going to have a whole lot to wrap up in 3 chapters. And then by the time I got to that last chapter, I was like, oh, she ain't fixing to tell us nothing. Yeah, he wasn't down there. So there's been some things that we didn't get an answer on. We didn't get an answer on that kid. We didn't get an answer on where the mama body at. We didn't get an answer on still Drea. I don't know, you guys. I still feel like we need more explanation on Drea. Yeah, Leonica, that was good and all. I see all what you're saying and everything, but I still need to know what happened. Like you could tell me all about the black folks getting the land stolen from them and everything, but I need to know what happened to all these people. Like, to me, when you wrap up a book, unless you're gonna have a sequel, like it needs to be like some answers, or you don't really, or the person that's reading it don't feel like they've completed something. Yeah, so that's the part that was a little bit unsatisfying. But I still feel like the book was very well written. The girl is very talented. And then for you guys to tell me that she's actually a romance writer, I thought that she did a great job because jumping out of her if that's not really her genre, I thought she did a good job. I mean, she sufficiently gave me the spooks anyway, but I just told y'all it's getting dark in the house and I'm a little scared. This time change is crazy. So, okay, so let's rate it. What do you guys give and then I got them candles in the background, child. I was scared. Nitra, you said a 4? Girl, is it that low for you? It's a 10 for Leonica. 8, 8, 8, 7, 8. I'm gonna give it a 7, y'all. 8. Okay. 8. It was a 10 for Joycey too. Okay. 7, 8.5. Yeah, you gotta go finish the book. You have to finish the book, even though we done told you everything that's gonna happen. Still finish the book because it was a very well written book, I felt. Okay, so 7s and 8s. We got a 9, 7.5. Okay. So you guys look like we gonna say it was about a Nitra done broke your heart. Nitra's hard to satisfy these days. I mean, a 4. No, you guys know that Red at the Bone was like a 5 or a 4. You didn't have to give this one a 4. Joycey, you like the fact that it could actually be something that's going on in real life today. Okay. It's an 8. Okay. Diamond Princess says 6. Yeah, I'm almost, no, I'm not quite at 6, but I am at 7. Okay, you enjoyed it? Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a good read. I mean, the second half definitely pushed me through. What did Nitra say? What did you say, Nitra? I didn't see your comment. It took too long to get into and then couldn't get with the ending. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it did take a... But all of the books that we've been reading, with the exception of a few, the first half of the book has just been slow. So, Red at the Bone was a 4, child. I was like, y'all could have kept this mess. No more Oprah Winfrey books. No more Oprah Winfrey Book Club books, y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, okay, so I think that we about 7.5 between the 8 and the 7s that you guys gave. Okay, so that was a solid one. I had a lot of people had suggested this book, so actually this was a pretty good one for Halloween. Okay, so, or for the the October month. So our next month is The Mother of Black Hollywood. Yeah, The Mother of Black Hollywood, the biography by Jennifer Lewis. And that starts today. I am actually going to be reading Trevor Noah's book as well, but our official book for the book for November is going to be The Mother of Black Hollywood. Okay, so that's the only book that you have to, I mean, you don't have to do nothing, but you know what I'm saying. That's the only book that you really need to get if you don't want to do both. Or you could possibly, if you already read that and you want to read Trevor Noah's book, we're going to be doing both. And so the way I'm going to do it is when we have our mid-month meeting, which is going to be in 2 weeks, we'll talk about Jennifer's book at the beginning, and then we'll talk about Trevor's book the second half, or, you know, we'll add some time on for Trevor's book too. Okay. And I'm excited about it because I don't do autobiographies. That is definitely out of my thing. Like, I don't like, I mean, it's not that I don't like, it's just that that's just never nothing that I ever buy or read. So you guys are getting me out of my zone for real on this one. You said you really need to get the audiobook for The Mother of Black Hollywood. Maybe I will. Them audiobooks be high as hell though. Because I don't have, when I buy the audiobooks for you guys for the giveaway, I'll be like, $24. Why the hell the damn book so high for the audio? Child, I mean, it is, you really need to just have Audible so that you can, you know, so that you can get it for $14.99 or whatever. But I lucked out because Apple Books, Jennifer Lewis's book is $2.99. So if you guys have Apple Books, or iBooks is what it's called, I think, then you can get it there for $2.99. So that's where I've been reading it. But I might do it because, you know, we love Jennifer Lewis's voice. So I know she's the one that does it. Oh, Nitra, every month you guys tell me you get it from the library, and I forget every month. I don't know why I don't do that. I like to actually have them in my, you know, I've been collecting the books that I've been reading, and I've been getting my little library back up because I hadn't bought any in so long. Okay, but anyway, so those are the 2 books that we are going to read. But Jennifer Lewis's book is the actual book for the book of November. And yeah, and it's $2.99 on Kindle as well. So I guess the ebooks are on sale. Okay. And I think that is it. Do I have any housekeeping? I don't have any. Oh, let me just say, for the most part, everybody got their boxes. Everybody got their boxes. There's a couple of people, and I'll oh, I can't even look because it's actually in my notes on my phone. There's a couple of people that is still if you got a tracking number, your stuff is on the way, or you done got it. If you ain't got a tracking number, or you have not received anything, your address is not in your account, or you are not on the level, even though you may be paying $5 a month, you are not categorized as a $5 silver Patreon member. So people are, if you haven't received the box, I mean, it's fine if you don't want it, that's fine. But if you haven't, it's because your address is not there. Because I made sure that I sent it to everybody who had an address on thing. I reached out to people whose addresses were right and all of that. So if you ain't received the box, then it's because your account is not right. And I've reached out and told everybody, and people haven't really responded. So I guess maybe they just don't want the box, which is fine, But I'm glad everybody got, you know, their boxes and all. And I haven't forgot about my other members. I am definitely going to, for the month of December, I'm going to get a little bit of something to everybody. A little bit of something, you guys, because you guys have been with me. It's almost been a year, Patron. Y'all already know where my mind is. It's been a year almost. Can you guys believe that we've been at this? I think when I started in February or March. So, yeah. But so, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, February. Y'all get started on the book. And yeah, we'll be meeting in 2 weeks on Sunday. Oh, movie night. Somebody suggested Bad Hair, and I was like, dang, that would have been a perfect movie for movie night. And it just got away from me. The month just got away from me, so we definitely need to have a movie night for the month of November. Okay. So I guess maybe I'll just it's getting late. We've been on here a long time. So I'll just on Patreon, I'm gonna ask for suggestions for a movie night, and maybe we'll just figure out but we'll definitely do, and we really could still do Bad Hair. Oh, you guys probably have already watched it. I haven't watched it yet. Cause is it scary? Y'all know I can't do no scary at night, child. I can't do no scary at night. It's not scary? Okay. I finally finished watching Lovecraft Country, and that episode 8, you guys. Oh my God. Them two black twin girls and that dancing that they was doing. Oh my God. I just was like, I had one bad night. Like I really had like nightmares. Like I was like, they gonna come around the corner and walk in the bedroom, child. Oh my God, they was so freaking scary. That's right then I was like, see, this is exactly why I didn't want to watch this. This is exactly why. And they was all crunk dancing, and I was just like, this is horrible, horrible. I wanted the show to be over so bad. I was so stressed just watching at them. Oh my God. Anyway, all right, enough of that because it's been 75 minutes. I'm gonna let you guys go. So we'll meet again in 2 weeks, okay? You guys have a safe Sunday, and you guys please be careful next week, because even though I know we joke around and stuff, honey, it's gonna be serious. It's gonna be real next week, okay? So you guys be safe out there and move smart, okay? All right, and I am going to get off of here. So I'll see you guys. Everybody, be safe. I'll see y'all. Good night. Oh, bye, Tifa. Hope you enjoyed everything. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, y'all be safe. Yeah, stay in the house. See you guys. Oh, it don't have to be Hulu. I mean, it don't have to be that movie. We'll see, though. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.